Hey everybody, Chuck Barone here. It is Thursday. Holy crap, it's already the 27th of June 2024. Having a little fun with the guys in chat making fun of the debate tonight. I think we've assumed we've all pretty much consensus that it should be a cage fight or a slap match instead of a debate. I think everybody's heard everything these two knuckleheads have to say. So anyway, it's you guys can read it all on there. Pretty silly. Anyway, welcome everybody to the show today. We got a lot of data today, man. Wow, all kind of stuff. But even though this data is really important, the markets were just kind of meh, waiting because tomorrow's the big day with PCE. I got a feeling. Let me know if you think I'm wrong here, guys. But I got a feeling we're going to get a good number on PCE. I think the Fed's going to, start. They won't start their victory lap yet, but it'll be something to that effect. Something that's going to pave the way for them to say, look what we're doing. Everything's going so great here, even though everybody living in the real world knows it's not going so great. I guess companies still earning money, the world's still turning, but it just seems like if you look at the numbers we're getting consistently down, down. The mood of the country, down, down. The future of our politics. I mean, you think it's going to get better? No, down, down. It's just all pointing to a negative ending. But we're fighting it off right now, man. The economy is still going okay. GDP numbers today we'll talk about. And, jobless, the job market still, it's getting not as strong as it was, but it's still hanging tough. We'll see. We'll get jobs pretty close to the end of the month. We'll get jobs soon here. But there's just so much negative crap. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is the media. You know, I don't dabble into the news a lot, right? Especially news on TV, because yikes, that just makes my head want to explode. But when you watch it, it's all, I don't know, doom and gloom. And I hate to be that guy, man. I think that, a lot of other guys on YouTube, the doom and gloomers, predicting, prophesizing, the big kablooey pretty much every day, man. I mean, but they say, right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. And that's what, that's the game these guys play. I guess it's, sooner or later, the big kablooey is going to happen. We'll see. Elevate. Nice to see you. Oh, Kevin. Kevin's my man. One of the funniest guys. Anyway, so let's talk about markets today. So we knew the markets were going to not really have a big day today. We knew it'd be kind of quiet with the numbers coming tomorrow. So we had the stock market actually up, and it's up on speculation that we're getting closer to a rate cut. And when you see the numbers and we talk about them, dissect them up a little, you'll see why. So markets up today, just not much. Dow Jones up 36 points, 39,164. The NASDAQ up 53 points, 17,858. The S&P up just 4 points, 5,482 on the S&P. No new records today, but maybe tomorrow when we get this PCE number. The bond market, well, it was kind of not really a nothing day on the bond market either. Bonds selling off. No, actually, bonds being bought today. People buying bonds, but not much again. Yields falling. The 10-year down 3 basis points, sitting at 4.29%. The 2-year also down 3 basis points, 4.71%. So nothing day in the stock market, nothing day in the bond market. It was all about this data and how this data is going to lead up to the big climax tomorrow with PCE. The dollar down just 13 basis points, but still takes it back under 106, 105.94 on the dollar. Precious metals today rally up. Gold up $27.90, $2,331.40 for an ounce of gold. Silver up 20 cents, $28.92 for an ounce of silver. Not great numbers for silver. I really would like to see it we need silver to get back above that $30 number and stay there, guys. Having trouble approaching it, but we'll see. Oil today, another day for oil, up 99 up 99 cents per barrel, $81.89 for a barrel of oil. Moving the wrong way for me. I thought it would be coming back down. And Bitcoin to close out the markets, Bitcoin rallies up $363, $61,395 for Bitcoin. One of the guys in a comment a couple of days ago said that I should announce who pays me. I guess he thinks I'm promoting Bitcoin too much because I'm not bashing the hell out of it. Well, nobody pays me, guys. I just make my little bit of money from doing these videos on YouTube. I don't do Patreon. I don't. Every once in a while, some of you guys, thank you, Johnette, goes to my PayPal and slips me a $5 or a $10. That's how I get paid, guys. I don't get paid to promote any product or opinion on the show. That's why I'm all over the place, because it's just me and my addled old ass brain telling you guys the best I can every day. All right, so let's get into this data we got today. So we'll start with jobless claims. Jobless claims come in at 233,000. They were expecting 236, so it's a little bit better than they were expecting. It's down about 6,000 from last week. I guess this is the new normal now, though, guys. Remember we were in the under 200s, and then it was over 200. Then it was 212 like every week. Remember I was joking about it? Well, now we're up to the 230s. And the bad news that goes along with that, the bad news is that people who are starting to collect unemployment are now staying on unemployment longer. So the ongoing claims, now those are clocking in at around 1.84 million people, ongoing unemployment claims. So they're staying on unemployment longer, which tells us, A, jobs are getting harder to find, or B, the people who are collecting unemployment aren't really looking for jobs. Now, what's interesting, as I was reading an article today, they were saying that businesses, because they want to always put up the appearance of growth, they're always looking for candidates, but there's not really openings. They're still advertising for jobs that don't exist. And they interview people, they're looking for the diamond. And if they get that diamond, they'll take them, they'll find a spot for that guy. But it's not really a job opening that they're looking for a whole bunch of people to fill, right? Crazy times, man, with unemployment. So these numbers, here we go. More people collecting unemployment, first-time claims going up, people collecting unemployment, staying on unemployment longer. Okay. Now tell me again how great the economy is doing, because that doesn't work with an economy that's growing well. All right, so now let's go to the next bit of data we got today, GDP. So the GDP, now what they did was, this wasn't like any new number. This was the final revision for the first quarter. Now, they came in, all finished 1.4%, which is pretty much, what they were expecting. No real revision in this last one. A very small revision to the upside. It shows the U.S. economic growth slowing down. GDP in the last quarter of last year was 3.4%, which is pretty robust for this country. Right now, they're clocking the second GDP Now trackers showing around 2% roughly for the second quarter of this year. We'll see how they work with their revisions there. So GDP is slowing down. Okay, so jobs slowing down, GDP is slowing down, everything. The Fed's going to get their recession, right? And you can see it's now all coming. We've had the inversion. We've had all of these signals that a recession is coming. Somehow or another, we've managed to basically defy gravity, right? And somehow or another not have that recession. But now it looks like it's getting closer and closer. Who knows? Maybe we get a wonderful recession just in time for the election. That would be funny. What's interesting about this GDP report is that it showed consumer spending zeroing out, guys. Not good, man. Consumer spending was up for the last number they gave out on consumer spending. They showed up 2.5%. Now revising it down to 1.5%. So consumer spending really slacking off, and we're reading more and more about that. More of the people on here talking in the chats and in the comments talking about how they're changing around the way they're spending. I think people are starting to, they're always going to spend on the necessaries, the things you got to do, right? But I think a lot of the discretionary stuff, it's going to suck to be recreational lately. Although people putting off durable goods, so they would rather take the vacation than buy the washer and dryer, which is kind of that's not the way I would play it, but that seems to be the way society is. Um, People cutting back on eating out, people cutting back on the fancier buys at the supermarket. Um, it was, it just, you can see it. And the worst part about it is the most sour, negative, gnarly mood. Everybody just seems so angry all the time. I don't know, guys. I don't see this getting corrected because, okay, we're going to have an election season, which is going to make everybody miserable. Fighting back and forth between the frickin' two knuckleheads, and neither one of them is going to really change anything. I mean, just all we're voting for is whose face we're going to see on the TV for the next 4 years. That'll make everybody negative. Then somebody will win, and that'll really piss half the country off. And then we're going to have a recession somewhere in here. And I don't think that's going to make people's moods any much better. We had a dysfunctional government that won't do shit about fixing anything in this country. They got us arguing about nonsense. Well, I guess, we can fight it out over abortions, and we can, fight it out over guns while the country blows up and, burns down. It just, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I hate to be Charlie negative here, but it's hard to be in a real positive mood when what you're seeing is just not a good thing. Now, here's the funny thing. It seems like this is not an uncommon thing, though. People personally doing okay, but seeing everything else as a big negative. So they're making more money, or they're doing just as well, or they have less debt, or whatever their personal situation is doing well, but they see the rest of the world not doing so well. And I guess I don't know if that's congruent or not. It's kind of not exactly linear thinking there, is it? But I don't know, guys. It's crazy times. Okay, so more data, right? So there's the two big ones: jobless claims working for the Fed, GDP coming down working for the Fed, manufacturing crash and burn, big fall, big come down. And the surprise reading too, they were actually expecting manufacturing orders to go up 0.1% last month, which is barely up at all. What they got was a fall of 0.6%. Not good, man. So manufacturing has been in the shitter for a while and continues to be it's swirling. There it is, right? Now, this is a proxy, this index, proxy for business spending, right? So businesses spending less, not buying the copiers, not buying the computers, not buying the whatevers for their business. So that now shows businesses tightening their belt, just like consumers are. Guys, we know spending is 70% of the economy. When you got businesses slowing down their spending, when you got consumers slowing down their spending, and spending is 70% of the friggin' economy, what does that tell you is going to happen? All right, so durable goods order, other side of manufacturing, more toward consumers than business. Durable goods orders actually inched up. They got to their number, up 0.1% in May. But listen to this. April was revised down. April, they said, was up 0.6. Wow, great reading. I think I remember even talking about it. Now they revised that down to 0.2. So they chopped two-thirds of the growth they cut off. Now they're blaming Boeing for this. And Boeing does have its frickin' problems, as we know. I don't really feel like we need to talk about Boeing much on this show. But so here you have it. So manufacturing tanking for consumers, manufacturing tanking for businesses spending less, consumers spending less because they have nothing left to spend, savings down. I mean, just like I said, there's the boxes. You can line them up. Boxes that lead to recession. Check. We're just checking them all off, right? And then with another big disaster, real estate, which happens to be my profession. Ordinarily by this time, I would be doing 30 loans, probably roughly 25 to 30 loans at this point in the year. I'm telling you guys, it's not zero, but it's basically zero. It's just incredible. I have people coming to me that want to buy houses. They just can't. Either they hear the payment and it makes them jump out of their skin, just like it does to me. It's embarrassing to quote it. Or they don't qualify. If they do qualify, they don't want to pay it, or they don't qualify at all. The cost of real estate, listen to this. Your mortgage payment, the average mortgage payment is up 114% since 2020. That is freaking bananas, man. Okay. Mortgage payments more than doubling since 2020. So now you have everybody, rent's going up, click, 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 right? $2,000 a month to rent. But guess what? You want to buy a house, $3,000 a month. I guess that, the billionaires who run this country, I guess they have their mindset how they think. And they think we think like they do. So any ridiculous number is payable. Guess they're running out of real estate though, guys. There's only so much people can pay. So real estate payments up 114%. But here's the good news. It looks like real estate is topping out finally. More listings available, less people buying, man. The sales numbers were down, crashing down, contracts down, everything down in real estate, and has been just ratcheting down for a long, long time since they started raising rates. So you got inventories rising, you got sales tanking out, cancel rate outrageous. Now I think it's time where, in this environment with rates high and prices high, you're going to move more toward a buyer's market. But once rates start to come down, depending on how far they come down, now all the advantage will go back. As more buyers rush into the market, now you'll get the advantage back to the sellers. It's going to be fascinating to watch how we get out of this, guys. I don't see real estate getting to any semblance of normal this year. Not going to happen. Even if the Fed goes and cuts rates, let's say the Fed cuts rates twice. Okay, let's say they surprise me and cut rates during an election, which I doubt they're going to do. And then they cut again in December. So we got half a point less. Still be at 4.85% on the overnight rate. I'm guessing mortgage rates would come down. Well, they'll be under 7. Maybe you're going to get to 6.5. Is that enough to turn real estate around? Maybe a little bit, but not much. Craziest of times. And to finish, the big debate tonight, we were talking about that in the chat. I'm sure it's funny now. It's not even, people don't even watch the debate to learn anything anymore. Now they watch it. It's almost like a sporting event. It's like, it's like a boxing match or an MMA fight where they got the red corner and the blue corner, and they need Michael Buffer there, right? Let's get ready to rumble. And I'm going to watch it, as much of it as I can. I always watch these and I wait. People have their shot games during the debates. My game is anytime they tell the truth about something, I take a sip of Gatorade. I don't drink. But I can't wait to see if anybody's going to tell the truth about anything tonight. Neither one of these guys are known as, Bible study guys and truth tellers. Going to be a fascinating, fascinating debate. And we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is going to be a big one. We'll get that PCE number. I'm telling you guys, get ready. We're going to get a good PCE number tomorrow. It's going to, with all of this data also negative, maybe they're manipulating the data that way to keep appearing like everything's trickling their way. We get a good PCE, inflation, say at 2.5. That opens the door for them to start thinking about cutting rates. They're going to talk about progress and blah, 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 blah. And the more dovish Fed governors will come out in favor of rate cuts. The more bearish will be back there going, well, let's see this a little bit more, but going to be interesting. We got a big day tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about what we saw in this debate. You guys watching soccer? Wow. Okay. Did you guys see the NFL lost their lawsuit today? They got to pay $4.7 billion to people who subscribe to NFL Sunday Ticket. And looks like we're all going to be getting some money back in the end. We'll see. I would just prefer they give me free Sunday Ticket for a while because I know these checks end up being $4. But anyway, Thursday, we're done. Tomorrow's a huge one. As always, guys, we appreciate your support. Thank you all for being here, for being on the chat. We really, really appreciate it. If you guys could, please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps us get more views. I will be on the comments today for a little while. It's always fun talking with everybody on there. We'll be back again tomorrow to bring you the news you need. PCE Day, it's a big one. Till then, guys, take care. Thanks.